Gentlemen, welcome back to the Jewel Exchange with Spit Gems. Today, we in for a treat, man. We got one of the hardest, most authentic MCs from the borough of Queens rocking right now. You know this man as Criminal,
God, God.
God. Yo, my G, welcome. Peace to the show, man. Thank you for taking the time, brother.
Nah, peace, almighty salute, man. Appreciate you, God, sincerely for having me on. I respect what you're doing. I respect the movement, and it's a pleasure to have someone such as yourself that's genuine and authentic in the game, too. And you got skills on the mic, you know what I'm saying? Every time I see you come
Appreciate
across
that.
my feet, you spitting some fire, you know what I'm saying? So I just appreciate you being a fan of hip hop and a part of the game, man, such as myself. So thank you for having me on the show. Word.
Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate you. Straight up, man. Yo, I'm gonna start off by just saying this, man, because this is real shit. This is why I reached out. In 2023, you had the hardest song of the year, undoubtedly, right?
God, God, criminal. Word. God, criminal God. For God's sake, these niggas fake. They don't know how to salute, so these niggas hate. Criminal. Yeah. God, the pigs wanna lock me up. Box baby out the cuffs. Cut a nigga so fast.
This song out last year. I moved to California. I moved to Oakland, California.
Say
Slash
word.
San. I was out there in San Leandro too. I moved out there for about a little over a year, and I recorded with the brother Architect of Law. If you're not familiar with the guy, he's definitely a dope producer out of the West Coast, Oakland, the whole Bay Area movement. So me and him just been working, putting together dope music. So I put that joint together out there. He sent me the beat out there. I wrote it as soon as I got the beat, and set up a session with him. And I went to the studio, knocked it out. I recorded it out there in LA. I mean, not in Oakland. And I flew back to New York City in maybe like a few weeks or so, shot the video, and went back to California. And I put it out. So the video came out in 2023.
Okay, bet. Yo, hands down, the hardest joint of 2023 and one of my favorite joints, not just literally my favorite joint from that year. And this includes me, my team, everybody, all the songs I heard last year. That was the hardest joint. It's nothing to talk about. Cause that fucking beat, that beat was perfect for you, son. Yo, let me ask you this about this song, man. Is this something that you pulled out of the chamber when you heard the beat, or you know how we do, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times we got a lot of ill shit up our sleeves just waiting for the right beat. Is this something you had tucked?
Nah, that was something really. I heard the beat and it just, you know what I'm saying? It automatically was like, yo, it just talked to me. And I wrote that song in probably like 2 to 3 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Usually some of my best material, you know what I'm saying? I say most of the material that people kind of gravitate to more is those ones that hit me like that, 2 3 minutes. I just hit a beat and boom, I just write it down. And I go in the studio, tweak it. You know what I'm saying? I might add a bridge, you know what I'm saying, something like that on it. Or just, I'm a fan of lyricism, and just bars, so I might just bar it out sometime. But that joint right there, Architect sent me the beat. Actually, he sent me a whole clip, like 30 clip, you know what I'm saying, of just fire. And that was one of the first joints I heard. I just straight attacked it on there for real.
So Architect of Law, is this your main producer?
You could say that. I work with him, and I work with a brother named by the name of Izzy Nice for the most part. For the last year or two. They've been, you know what I'm saying, like really like feed me them, you know what I'm saying, them bullets for real, for really getting out here holding it down. So I just kind of like sticking to what been working, you know what I'm saying, and what the people kind of fuck with. But I do it for me. I do it like you said. It's just how I feel, you know what I'm saying. Whatever emotion
Hell
I'm
yeah.
going, what I'm thinking about. But they seem to kind of suit my emotions at that time with the fire they sent me. So yeah, usually Architect of Law and the brother Izzy Nice, for real.
No doubt. Shout out to those two brothers. Word up, man. Please keep it coming for the criminal guard, because we need more. We need
Well,
more, man. Yo, let's talk about the origins, man. Let's talk about Queens, man. Let's talk about Suffolk. Let's talk about Baisley, man. Tell the people who may not be familiar a little bit about your background.
well, yeah, I'm born and raised in South Jamaica, Queens, Sufton and Fox to be exact. But I have family all over Southside. I have family in 40 projects. I have family on Liberty Avenue. I have family in Baisley projects. I have family in American Towers. I have family in the buildings. I have family all over Southside, all over. So I grew up, in the early 80s, 90s. You know what I'm saying? And crack was out there in the streets. I grew up witnessing that whole drug kingpin era. When dudes was just coming outside the next day and everybody was a kingpin. I seen that as a kid coming up. Like you just come outside one day and there's crack
That
bottles
that
everywhere
fast change, right? That quick change in reality.
like that in a matter of, you know what I'm saying, matter of nothing, you know what I'm saying? And I just experienced that. And my family was a part of, you know what I'm saying, all that, just like a lot of other people growing up in the neighborhood in that era at that time, we always connected in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Whether uncles, fathers, mothers, cousins, you know what I'm saying? We was all kind of intertwined in that and just coming up seeing that as a kid, but even just more so experiencing being a part of the nation of gods and earths in that era. That's really what made me who I am right now, because that kind of just set me apart from everything going on right now, because that was something that was very prevalent in that era, strong, and it made a strong impact on the streets. It made a strong impact on the world, the nation of gods and earth. So me just being born into that nation, my born name is Allah Qasim. My father, he kind of like gave a lot of brothers knowledge of self in my neighborhood. But his name was
Mm.
Allah Qasim. We went back to the essence. Everybody in my family had knowledge of self. My uncles, my aunts, my mother. You know what I'm saying? My cousins, everybody. So, and the nation of gods and earth was strong at that time in the neighborhood. So, a lot of your notorious, drug dealers and was 5%ers, brothers in the Supreme team and stuff like that. And brothers from, and the A team in Brooklyn and stuff like that. So this all over New York City, like it was very like impactful to be a 5%, and it had just a strong impact on my life and how I view life and how I came up. So, but just growing up in that era in Queens, Sufton, it was wild. Like, you had to learn fast. And I was one of them kids, like, I seen everything in my house. I seen the crazy shit in my crib. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
So
I can relate.
yeah, so coming outside, it was like weird. It was like, damn, you don't even know what I'm seeing in the crib. I'm trying to be like good, like, you know what I'm saying? Because you just like, you don't want to add on to your parents, your mother's strife, and you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, so you in the streets and you like, yeah, I really got to catch up to what's going on out here. And then you you growing up, you're going through life, and things start happening, and we start making choices, and even like Jay-Z said, even righteous minds go through it. You know what I'm
For
saying? We
sure.
we all go through it, so you're trying to figure life out.
I would even say, just to interject, I would even say, the righteous minds from my experience and from what I've analyzed in these 42 years on this planet, is that the righteous go through it the most. You know what I'm saying? And usually have the roughest beginnings,
Right,
because these things that are instilled in you as a child, like when you're young and you deal with this pain and this deception, shame, seeing the people who's supposed to be your elders, either failing extremely or succeeding extremely. This paints a certain picture for a young child. So if you've gone through a ton of adversity already before you even come out the house, like you touched on, when you do engage with the world, you are mature in a different way. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
For
exactly.
sure. Nah, no
Yeah.
doubt, man. No doubt. Yo, speaking of Baisley, man, you know what I mean? Like, people hear that, and obviously what comes to mind is Supreme, right? This is what people in our atmosphere, this is what they think of first. You know what I mean? I like to highlight some of the more positive things, and I think I think you are one of those things. And just to
Thank
touch on that, you know what I'm saying? Just to build on that, let's talk about the song Today's Math, right?
you. Wow.
You fucking with a nigga that's crazy, man. Crazy. I'm from something in Baisley, man. Baisley. I've been killing niggas from way back. My niggas know what I mean when I say that. Don't say nothing. They say radio ain't gon' play that. Now you hear me on the radio across the map. The world is New York now. New York now. Ain't nobody eating pork now.
In the bar in that song, you know, you say the world is New York now. Yo, what does that mean to you though, God? You know what I'm saying?
To me, um, with the invention of social media and the way that people could just the way hip hop spread along with social media coming along, and just how we just New Yorkers are just all over the world. You know what I'm saying? And the way we kind of just put our imprint on everything that we do, and we set the bar, we set the trend. It don't matter who got it at what time. We all know where it came from, and we all know what bar you striving for. And you know we respect it, but we all know that when you look online, everything right now is an emulation of what they think New York is.
Facts.
You know, and the New York that you see right now is kind of a New York that's kind of like it's in a place where people was always going to respect it, but it's hard for them to express that. You know, the respect they have sometimes for New York because of our cockiness and our attitude. You know, so but at the end of the day, like we know who set the bar. We know when you dressing, we set the bar for how you dress. We set the bar for the street energy. We set the bar for the music. We set the bar for so many trends, you know what I'm saying? So many trends and so many staples, you know what I'm saying? Not just trends, fly by night shit, just real impactful ways that we should be moving in
Shit that's
society.
cemented forever type shit.
It's cemented. It's cemented already. So I just feel like we as New Yorkers, like, we don't gotta go nowhere saying we from New York. You know what I'm saying? Just show improving your way in actions, and people will recognize they understand it because that New York state of mind, you know, is one of a kind. So all we gotta do is just keep on being innovators, creators, you know, and just keep striving to set the bar. And like I got people in California I talk to all the time, and they always they had to explain to them like, yeah, they think New York just be going at them, disrespecting them. You know, we hate everybody, we hate on everybody. I'd be like, listen, bro, we do this to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? The boroughs be in competition with each other, the hoods be in competition with each other in New York.
That's
So
baked. That's baked into New York. Like outside of New York, it could be competition with whoever, whenever, whatever. But the borough shit is baked into what New York is. It's
yeah,
already internal competition from birth.
exactly.
Know what I
Yeah, so
mean?
I tell them, I say, don't take it personal. Like, we up here doing this shit every day of our life up here to each other. You know what I'm saying? We still keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? So once he realized that shit, now he be like,
Facts.
you know, now I gotta explain to my Cali homeboys that you really write what I'm saying. I'm like, yeah, brother, like y'all can't take it personal. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the world is New York now as far as, you know what I'm saying, the way people want to think, the attitude, you know, the swag, just the whole mentality of how to, you know, just move around in the game in the streets. And I'm not taking nothing away from nobody else in no other region, you know, because I got family. My roots are from the South. My family is from Augusta, Georgia, and North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? They came up to New York City in the 30s and 40s. You know what I'm saying? So anytime I go back down south, they always tell me, "Don't forget this is your home where you come from." So I'm never going to disrespect no region of nowhere on this planet. Because at the end of
No
the day,
doubt.
you know what I'm saying? The black man is God, and I move around this whole planet, so that's how I'm on it. So, but at the end of the day, when I say the world is New York now, like they know where they know where they get it from. You know, they know the mentality that they gotta have to get out here in this world and move. And it's that New York mentality. And they know that we the best at it. And you know, you can only show respect and learn. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that bar was meant to make you feel the way it makes you. You know what I'm saying?
It
Feel.
worked. Nah, it worked. It worked, son. Because yo, let me tell you, as soon as I heard it, right? As soon as I heard it, it was one of them moments. And I say this to other MCs as a compliment anytime I say it. I say,
Right.
yo, why didn't I write that? You know what I'm saying? Like, because this is a way that I felt already. This is a thought that has already been switched around in my mind. Like, yo,
Right.
these motherfuckers, you know what I mean, from all over the planet, like they be having an opinion on what hip hop is and different styles in hip hop, but they don't realize that, you know, the same way I mean, New York and hip hop are intrinsic, right? For example, there's no such thing as a New York style of hip hop. That's that's a ridiculous statement because hip hop is a style that came from New York. It's a style of music that came from New York. So there's no such
Right.
thing as a New York style hip hop.
Right.
The default style of hip hop is New York. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And then there's
Right.
different styles of it after that. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Now I
100%.
definitely agree with how you put it right there. Definitely, because they try to they try to they try to separate everything and include everybody, and that's the problem right there, in my opinion. And you're not taking in account the people who started this, our opinion, and how this shit should be. We're not saying you can't be creative and move how you want to go, but it gotta be some type of like my brother said, it gotta be some type of code. They threw all the code out the window, and that's what I
Right.
don't respect there. Word.
Right. Right. And that's why I think, well said though, bro. And I think that's why a lot of times when you go outside of New York and you look at these other regions, and this is no slight to nobody because the truth of the matter is I got music that I love and respect from all different regions of the world. That's a fact. And all over United States. But what I will say is that when you go outside of New York to other regions, it seems like what's most important, right, is not the essence, right? And when I say essence, I'm literally talking about the struggle of the inner city, right? Of the metropolis. This is where hip hop is born. It's born out of it's rooted, it's sprung out of poverty. Let's make no
Right.
mistake about that. This
Yeah.
comes from impoverished inner city people, right? So, like there's a lot of regions in the world where just don't even have any areas like that. You know what I mean? So there's nowhere to really cultivate or draw from a similar experience. So the only place they can draw from is what they see of New York. You know what I'm saying? And from movies, from TV, media, whatever it is, artists, but they're compiling all of this information and then taking their life experience and kind of, tracing it over that New York shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and like I said, no slight to no one, but I do think it is something that should be recognized and respected for sure.
Definitely.
Thank you for that though, man. Yo, oh, by the way though, man, that's one of my joints too. Today's math. That's a
I
that's
appreciate
a
you on that.
hard body joint right there, man.
Appreciate that.
Um, you know, I wanted to real quick too, man, before we go on to the next, because there's some other bars I wanted to get into. But the name, son, the name. So criminal guard, right? But Cosmo. Know what I'm
But
saying? So talk to us, man.
yeah, well, my father always called me Cosmo. My name is Allah Kassim, but for some reason Cosmo came out of Kassim. It was
That's
Ka.
fire though, son.
Yeah.
That's
But that was just always something in my family. You know what I'm saying? The hood, everybody called me. But the whole criminal guard thing was just something that was like used to be like a joke amongst, what I'm saying, me and some of the guards in the street when we was moving around doing shit, and you know niggas would then look at me and be like, yo, like, you're a criminal, God. And we'd laugh at that shit. We'd laugh about that shit, you know? And I'd be like, damn, like, and I always heard that name being thrown around in my family, you know what I'm saying? You ain't God, you're a criminal. You out here doing this and you calling yourself God. I would hear my grandparents say that to my pops and my uncles and them all the time. You know what I'm saying? You ain't God, you're a criminal. You're a criminal God. You know, so that was just a term that I just took, like I said, you know what? You know, I'm gonna run with it. It's me, it's what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nothing else. You know, I rep the nation of gods and earths. You know, I'm born in a nation, and I'm one of the gods that fall underneath that, you know, I guess that realm right there, that category. So but at the end of the day, I always push having knowledge of self and teaching the babies, and just thinking in a more conscious way about how we move and how we live out here amongst each other, because the world is changing right now, and it's not the same world it was for us. And it make brothers like us feel like dinosaurs out here, how we think and how we see life, because social media got everybody so warped. And in the metaverse, you know what I'm saying, if you want to, you know what I'm saying, call it that. So the name Criminal God is just something I know that once I started, you know what I'm saying, really being out here, moving around and letting people know that's who I was, I saw how the reaction it gave people. You know what I'm saying? Some was
Relatable,
positive.
son. It's mad relatable, son.
Yeah, some was positive, some was negative. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's who I am. You know what I'm saying? And I know how to build on what I'm doing, and let them know it's nothing negative at all. You know?
No doubt. No doubt. And I think, like you take, for example, the song Hot Soup, right? I sold guns, I could sell my music too.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think the message, like, see, for somebody like me, right? I did 12 years in the state
Okay.
pen. You know what I'm saying? And I've always tried to strive towards positivity, right? And that, listen, even at, times I went in for 6, came out, got caught up again, and it wasn't because I was doing something criminal or I had intention to be reckless or malevolent, but there was still remnants of my past life and the trauma, the abuse, the mindset. There was still remnants, residue of that attached to me. And because of that, people, places, and things, I would wind up in the wrong places a lot. And when you add that, with a temper and with a certain mind state, that could lead you right back into the cage. You know what I
Right.
mean? But I say all that to say this though. When I hear criminal guard, right? For somebody like me, when I hear criminal guard as the name, but then I listen to the music and I go, yo, I know exactly what Son is talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I know exactly where it's coming from. This is somebody who is trying to say, yo, listen, what I did ain't the way, but it also, I'm not going to shy away from it either. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I think that's important, bro.
Right. Definitely.
Word.
Yeah. Definitely. It took a lot for me to, you know what I'm saying, even get to this point where, you know what I'm saying, I got that mentality of, listen, man, it is what it is. Like, you know, talk about your life in a way that's really gonna be impactful, instead of trying to dance around shit to make it more palatable for people. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is your life right here. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? So, and then you get to a point where it's like, listen, this is it. This is ain't no more after this. You know what I'm saying? Either you gonna rock out now, or you just gonna be a sucker that's gonna fall to the side. You know what I'm saying? And be regretting everything for the rest of your life. So, I had to just come to that bridge right there. And when I crossed it, I burnt that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's on and popping. It's criminal guard. Everything is criminal guard. The brand is movement. The brand is strong. It's movement. It's moving. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I believe in what I'm doing, and that's the most important thing. As long as I believe in me and what I'm doing, I don't care what nobody else feel. I don't care about nobody opinion on how my shit sound. You know what I'm saying? Or who I should be doing music with. Like, you gotta respect what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? If you don't respect what I'm doing and you just looking at me like somebody like, yo, here a trend right now. Nah, because this music right here is timeless music right here. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? If you really wanna tap into what the New York mentality is like, and somebody moving around, a grown man mentality, like even from a young man coming up to this point right now. Because some of these bars I wrote, you know what I'm saying, years ago. You know what I'm saying, to be honest with you, on certain tracks. And they just sat there in my book. You know what I'm saying? I never touched them. You know what I'm saying? But the more serious I got about my career, the more serious I was just like, yo, these are jewels I got right here. This is my life. This is my experiences I went through. You know what I'm saying? So it's time to get all this together, you know what I'm saying, and put it out to the world. So that's how I'm on it right now.
Hell yeah. What does the word religion mean to you?
Wow. To me, to be honest, growing up, religion always had a negative connotation to it around me. Yeah, any religion is to me is I look at religion as brainwashing. I look at religion as the root of a lot of death and destruction, or as an excuse for the root of a lot of death and destruction that was created. So I don't really like I don't like to talk about religion with people because I know how touchy, you know, people could be and how it might affect you, you know, because people, you know, people really could go behind the scenes because some for your religious views and shit
A
like that
hundred
and do,
percent.
you know, but I try to stay as true to, you know what I'm saying, to my views as possible. You know, listen, I got a Facebook. I be on Facebook saying all type of, you know, shit that, you know,
Speaking
about
your
religion.
mind.
Yeah, you know, I make, you know, but at the end of the day, like I don't teach my children, you know, about religion. I teach them about the nation, the gods and earths. I teach them about, you know, just being a family, you know, saying the importance of having a father in their life, the importance of having a mother in their life, the importance of, you know, grandparents being connected to their grandchildren, you know, just being a family, getting back to that because that's what we losing right now. With all the churches on every corner and every hood, you would think families would get together more than on a death. You know what I'm saying? So it got to be something that religion ain't doing because kids are
Right.
being drawn apart more from their fathers. You know, you go to family court, fathers up there begging to see their children. You know, we're alienated from our children. You know, we're not respected in society. We're not respected in the court system. So with all religion in the world, you know what I'm saying, that preach family and stuff like that, that should never be the case. So it got to be something more. So I believe, and I know it's something more, and that's just believing in self and doing for self, and just getting out here and taking responsibility as men, and saying, listen, we made these seeds out here, we got to be here, you know, for them because it's a nasty world out here waiting for them to eat them up, and a lot of times, for the most part, you know, not to get too crazy, but you know, a lot of the women don't really see what's going on. You know, they're caught up in what they caught up in. You know what I'm saying? And the kids
For
are
sure.
kind of like
For
in
sure.
the middle. Yeah, the kids in the middle. So the whole criminal guard thing is more so about reclaiming our position as men out here in the world. You know what I'm saying? As fathers in society. You know, and just because it's proven that children, you know, do much better in life with their fathers in their life. You know, so I shouldn't be going to family court for over 20 years trying to see my child. You know what I'm saying? I should not be seeing my son for like 3 years, you know what I'm saying? For cause you mad at me about something I said or whatever, you know, something I did as a man that I know is good for my child. So it's just a lot that we gotta just come back to. And I just use the music as a platform just to kind of get there. You know what I'm saying? Because off the rip, people don't want to hear about that. But I know at the end of the day, everybody going through it. And everybody hiding what they going through right now. You know what I'm saying? So I respect everybody that's out here on their platform and letting, you know what I'm saying, letting it be known that it ain't what they feeding us is not what we should be following at all.
Facts.
So
Facts.
that
And we might disagree on certain things, and this was the main. Yo, thank you for all of that, brother. That was beautiful, man. Word up, well said. But just to add on, we may not agree on everything, right? There's levels and points that we're not gonna see eye to eye on. There's things that you believe in that I don't believe in, ways I feel you won't feel. But what I
right.
do know to be right and exact though is that there undoubtedly is more common ground between the righteous than there is difference. You know what I'm saying? So, small things we disagree on, cultural things, maybe ritualistic things, literature based things.
Right.
what stories we grew up with. Those things might vary, but at the end of the day, man, woman, and child is something that I believe. I don't know who can't relate to that. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't relate to the protection and nurturing of that, then I don't really even understand how to approach you. You know, and I'm
That,
still working on that. I'm still trying to figure that out. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
yeah, man, thank you for that, bro. Another thing I wanted to add on real quick before I ask the last question. I just thought of this.
Yeah.
The beautiful thing about a name like Criminal Guard is that what's considered to be a crime is determined by the powers that be, right? And if those powers happen to be wicked, devilish, then of course, me being a descendant of God, someone who recognizes either that God exists externally or internally. If I have knowledge of this and I accept it, and I choose to defy your laws based on that, I would be a criminal God. You know what I'm saying? I would be criminal for God. You know what I'm saying? Like you could chop that up a lot of different ways, but what's deemed to be a crime is not always what's against righteousness. Sometimes a crime is doing the right thing. And I think anybody living in this country could see that at this point. You know what I mean? But
Right.
just a little add-on though, bro. But yo, damn, Sean, yo, I really appreciate you taking the time, God. This shit means so much, man. And
Nah,
you
for real.
dropped heavy jewels throughout this whole interview, Lord. But before we go, two
Thank
things. The last one is before the last one. Just tell the people anything you want to tell them. Plug anything you want to plug. Let them know anything you want to. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, first of all, I want everybody to check you out, Spit Gems. You know what I'm saying? Got some dope interviews. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the whole movement. You know what I'm saying? So that's first off. Now, you know what I'm saying? I got everything Criminal Guard merch on deck. I got links in my Instagram bio. You know what I'm saying? Got hoodies, t-shirts, you name it, Criminal Guard. Look out for that Criminal Guard prison board game set coming soon. You know what I'm
What?
saying?
Let's
Just
go.
look out for, just more music. I got a dope EP about to drop. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure what I'm gonna title it yet, but it's all go me sticking to the strip, everything Criminal Guard. And definitely tap into the whole Criminal Guard reform. Something that's spearheaded by my brother Money Mel and I. And the Criminal Guard reform is serious. It's a nonprofit organization we have. And
Let's go.
thank you. We just like right now getting everything off the ground. But look out for criminal guard reform. Look out for dope things going on in the community. Look out for empowerment, giving empowerment back to our community and brothers and sisters such as ourselves who've been through the struggle. And they trying to push us out. So it's a story I gotta tell. These brothers on my album covers, they there for a reason. You know what I'm saying? You can't just push us to the side. You can't just forget about us. You can't just forget about that time and what we've been through. You know what I'm saying? So when you see these brothers out here moving, you gonna know their stories. You're gonna know what they've been through. They're gonna have family members that's gonna see their pictures riding around, you know what I'm saying, on vans and billboards out here. And they're gonna be able to relate to that. And it's gonna touch them like music's supposed to touch people. You know what I'm saying? So look out for the Criminal Guard reform. Look out for the Criminal Guard new EP I got coming out. And I just got dope merch. Hit all my links in my bio. YouTube, I'm on everything. So salute, man. It's Criminal Guard. Word.
Let's fucking go. Let's go. Nah, peace, Lord, and thank you for that. So, yo, Lord, man, before we get up out of here, leave the people with one shining diamond, man, one jewel, one piece of information they could use to navigate this wild place, man.
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now. Stay true to yourself. Move to your own beat. Don't worry about what nobody thinking. Don't worry about who's watching. Don't do it for nobody to watch. Do it for yourself. Believe in yourself. Um, there's so many distractions out here. You got to be strong out here right now and not get caught up in it, because you will be doing a whole lot of running around and doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? So just stay focused, stay true to yourself. Stay grounded, stay close to your kids, stay close to your family, your mother, your father, your wife, if you got one. If you know what I'm saying, stay close. You know what I'm saying? You got a loved one, stay close to them. You know what I'm saying? If the love is there, that's what's more important right now. And just stay healthy, you know what I'm saying? Because without health, we can't do none of this right now. So that's the main thing. Stay healthy. Every day is a, every day is a struggle, you know what I'm saying? But we always got to be mindful. Like my man, Black Man, used to tell me, one of the gods, like, you know what I'm saying? Everything you do it with God consciousness. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you're doing a crime. I don't care if you're eating crazy. You know what I'm saying? Do it with God consciousness, knowing that how you supposed to live, and be on this earth, So long as you keep that in heart and keep that in your mind, and you just stay focused on what's important, you'll be all right. So that's my jewel right there. Word.
That was amazing. That was a whole book right there. Man, you really you said a lot right there, and I think people gonna benefit from that greatly, brother. Especially
Thank
coming
you.
from somebody with the experience, the real life experience that you have. You know what I mean? I think that'll really hit home. Yo, criminal God, brother, I really genuinely appreciate you doing this, God. Peace, Lord.
Criminal God. Yeah.